Let's make some cookies, and for this we have a recipe of only 3 ingredients. The ingredients are flour, icing sugar, and unsalted butter. The amounts of these ingredients are going to be in the description below. Okay, first we're going to join the flour with the icing sugar. This step is made because we are going to sift it. We're going to use a plastic sifter for that. You can use whatever you have at home. This process is really important for avoiding any kind of lump in the preparation. After this, we're going to add the unsalted butter, okay? And we're going to make a process called sablage, okay? The sablage is a process it's a technique in which we first combine the dry ingredients, mainly the flour, with the solid fats, in order to waterproof the gluten and have a sandy texture, which when compacted and baking, it gives us a crumbly dough. This process shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes with the amount of ingredients of this recipe. Once we have this texture, we're going to start compacting with our hands, okay? Maybe in some part of the process, the dough is going to start sticking a little bit to our fingers, but when you still working that, it's going to start unsticking to have a solid dough like the one you're watching right now. As you can see, this dough doesn't stick in any part of the bowl. After the dough is ready, we need to cool it. So we're going to take a plastic wrap, we're going to cover it with it, and we're going to take it into the fridge for around 30 minutes to 1 hour. This is for the dough gets a better texture. After the dough is out of the fridge, we're going to wrap it, and we're going to fold it a little bit, okay? After this, we are going to put some flour into the table, and we're going to roll it with the help of our hands, okay? We're going to roll it until we have a large piece of dough. Once we have this large piece of dough, we're going to start cutting it. For this we can use a knife, we can use a plastic wrap, or a kitchen scraper if you have, okay? Whatever of those things are going to be helpful. In this case I'm going to make it with a plastic scraper of bakery, and I'm going to start dividing into these small pieces. But for those who hasn't scale at home and like to do the things a little bit more exactly, you can weigh them for around 15 grams each piece. You're going to have a result of 33 to 35 pieces in total. After portioning the dough, we're going to take a pan sheet with a wax paper or baking paper, and we're going to start rolling with our hands the dough. This step is really important. I want you to check that when we roll it with our hands, we gotta put a little strength. And the result is that you're gonna have a different color. As you see, the one that is just rolled out, it's clearer. We're going to set the pieces of cookies into the steel sheet, having a distance from each one, and after this, we are ready to begin with the next process. For this first variety, we're going to use only sugar. What we're going to do is that we're going to take piece by piece and we're going to roll it in the sugar, trying to make it stick. We're going to be repeating this process with the rest or with some other pieces of cookies. After this, we're going to help ourselves with a glass or whatever you have at home, and you're going to push them until they have around 5 millimeters to 1 centimeter of white. Second variety, we're going to be using a pliable filling. You can get this product in any pastry specialized store, okay? So what we're going to do is that we're going to dispose of one little bowl with flour, and we're going to push a little bit on the flour, and with the help of our finger we can make a hole in the middle of the cookie. Okay, we're going to repeat this process. Obviously you have to take so much care of washing your hands before this step. And in the holes we made, okay, we are going to be serving the pliable filling until we get a result like a mini tart. Take care of not serving too much, because in this case, when boiling, it can't get out from its place. For the next variety, we're going to be using nuts. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna stop a little bit here to tell you that before making this step, I strongly recommend you to make an egg wash to the pieces before drowning it in the walnuts. So it's going to make that the walnuts sticks a little bit better in the final result. So after the egg wash, you're going to push them into the walnuts. You're gonna put them back in its place, and after that, with the help of the crystal glass, you're going to push a little bit to have a 5mm to 1 cm wide cookie. This is the last variety of this video. For this, we're going to be using some chocolate kisses, okay, from Hershey's, and what we only need to do is to put it over the piece of dough and push a little bit. Another recommendation I'm gonna give you here is that you put it upside down, with the tip down, letting the plain part on top. Okay, so it's going to avoid that the tip of the chocolate get burned when it's in the oven. Okay, now we're going to put the cookies in the preheated oven in 170 degrees Celsius, okay, or 350 Fahrenheit. We're gonna leave them there for around 20-25 minutes, or until the edges of the cookies are a little bit golden brown. So this is the color we're looking for them, okay? And see you in the next video for more options of decoration.